Oh, God, yeah, he'll a million times to one.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mecca of Wrestling Podcasts, Heroes Forever Podcast Season 3, Episode 1. With me, as always, is my co-host, Brody James. I'm Kenny Edelman. Brody, how you doing today?
I feel great, man. I'm so happy to be back in the mode for season 3. I was happy you kind of gave me the push to, all right, bro, let's get rolling. Like the summer's here, SummerSlam is coming. So I feel great, man. I feel like we did a lot of good work coming into the season, and I'm happy to see it pay off.
Yeah, for sure. And, just so all of you know, we kind of threw all this together in just the past couple of weeks. We kind of took it slow, we were relaxed and then everything kind of clicked and it was like, all right, man, it's time to get serious about this because, this is something we enjoy and we want to give you the quality as well. Um, let's just kick it straight off. We had a very big week in wrestling this week. I think it would behoove us not to just start off here. Rhea Ripley is back. Um,
Yeah, buddy.
that is it's not something that I was expecting to happen so soon. The reports were, she was going to be out for months and months. Um, now it's starting to take shape. We kind of knew it was going to go to Liv Morgan and Rhea at some point. We just didn't know when. The way I see it now, I think it has to be at SummerSlam, right, Brody?
Yeah, 100%, man. That's when I thought the return was gonna come, but then, as I think about it, like how many returns are we gonna get at SummerSlam? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they kind of there's one return that we're waiting for at SummerSlam, and there's only one fucking return that we're waiting for at SummerSlam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's all. That's she
Yeah,
can.
I mean,
This was a great time, bro. This was a great time for her.
I'll be honest with you too. I was kind of in the same boat thinking, that was going to be a SummerSlam thing as well. Maybe, kind of start setting something up for Bad Blood, kind of give it that
Yeah,
top tier match. Um but like you said, there's only really room for so many returns and I don't think they want to have hers watered down by the fact that, let's face it, Roman Reigns is coming back at SummerSlam. The reports are
correct.
out there. So it's nice to see her back though. I'm very interested as far as where this dynamic is gonna go with the Judgment Day and her and Dom. I think it's gonna be it should be pretty fun. And I think we're gonna start seeing the unraveling of the Judgment Day, unfortunately. Is that kind of where you see it at as well?
Yeah, I think. Well, I think fortunately, I think that to the unraveling of them. You mean like unfortunately they're breaking up, Kenny, or you mean like unfortunately like
Yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah.
all right? So then, yeah, I mean it's unfortunate that they're breaking up, but I think it's time for a pause for them. I think that we can come back to this in a year or so when one of them has a bigger belt and or maybe they're going at it for the belt. Somebody
Mhm.
loses against somebody else for the belt, and all right, let's get back. I could see that too for sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I don't think, honestly, let's just face it, I think Damian Priest isn't gonna be champion after SummerSlam. I kind of feel like it's Gunther's time to kind of take that lead. He had the Intercontinental title for fucking ever.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, for sure, for sure.
I don't really see him losing, especially after King of the Ring, but I do see where you're coming from, where we could see, the Finn versus Damian one-on-one. I think that will be fantastic. Um, and then obviously we're gonna get the custody of Dom Mysterio part 2 with Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. So,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I think it's just gonna add on because everything in wrestling has been, for the most part, spot on. And I think, this is just one more thing that I'm just like, man, Hunter, you really got it going right now, especially going into SummerSlam time.
Oh yeah, I think that they set up everything beautifully right after Mania. to appear like it was like, all right, we're slowing down a little bit. It's after Mania, let's build back up. But I think that's exactly what they did. And I remember there was a period there we were like, oh, bro, it's gonna be rough for the next 6 weeks till we get to something like Money in the Bank, where something's gonna come to fruition, and things will start heating up again. But I think they did a good job, like coming into it. But I think also now, look, we're sitting here, we have 3 or 4 juicy feuds going into SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Usually, you get the top 2, 3 that are like hot for the night, but I think this card's going to be stacked from open to close. I think we're going to enjoy SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think you're right too. And the biggest thing that I'm kind of excited for going into SummerSlam, just because of the way things are starting to play out, it's Tiffy time, right? So, obviously we did the live stream of Money in the Bank. I went back and we watched it, and the men's match was exactly what we thought it was, even not paying attention to it, very lackluster. But the women's match, man, they just fucking went. A lot of high spots, a lot of good sells. Again, I know we said this a million times, but Zoe Stark's sell off the fucking ladder it brought me
Yeah, it
back to
was.
the
It was a
Attitude
great
Era,
sell.
bro. Yeah.
100%, dude.
But I'm curious to what your thoughts are because, watching SmackDown on Friday, they kind of made it seem like we were going to end up seeing Bayley as the one that's being cashed in on. But a part of me kind of thinks, maybe this is take your eye off of this because we don't want you to know we're giving you this, because I think that there's a possibility that Liv and Rhea go so hard at one another at SummerSlam that we could see Tiffany Stratton cash in on one of them.
Really? And then a brand switch?
Yeah, because, as we've said time and time again, with SmackDown only being that 2-hour show, including commercials, it's not a lot of
True.
time to build that brand. And with the following that she has, I think that that's someone that you can build that brand off even better if it was on a 3-hour show or, a 2-hour show with no commercials on Netflix on Raw. So I think it would be better for her to do it that way as well. Again, Paul is going to do what Paul wants to do, but I think that would be the best move for her moving forward. Even if, and I could see her failing on the cash in, maybe, maybe they want to say, hey, you're not quite there yet. But at the same time, I don't think it's, I don't know. Like, I could see it going both ways, but I do feel like if she does cash in, she's gonna be the champion.
Yeah, bro. I knew from the minute she got the briefcase, I said, all right, this isn't going to be a failed cash in. This isn't going to
Well,
be anything like, no. This is like they built this talent to be right where she is. And so
facts.
whoever she cashes in on, she's going to grab that belt, and it's going to be Tiffy time for sure.
Yeah, and that was kind of my point when we were discussing Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker for the IC title and why I felt like it was going to be a squash because they've built Braun from the ground up. That is their baby. And that's kind of how I feel about Tiffany Stratton. But in my head, I'm like, yo, if you could have Braun lose and he's booked and billed to be a more powerhouse than she is, that's the only reason why I'm kind of leaning towards it might not happen. But at the same time, I think it would be a mistake if it didn't happen because she's not going to be any
I
more
agree.
over than she is now.
No, she can get a little bit more over. She's hot right now.
Well, I
Hot is
know,
different than over,
but
bro.
but
Over
my
is
thing is,
like the
I don't.
music hits and there's a certain fucking level in the room. That's over. Like,
But that's what I'll say about her, though. I don't think she has that Becky Lynch aura about her. I don't
not
think
yet.
that's.
Not yet.
I don't think that's a
Becky
hype
didn't
that
have
she
the
can
Becky
read.
Lynch aura back then either.
And I get that too. Things can change as the
Yes.
storylines progress and things like that. But I don't see it ever making it to that point. But again, my takes are 9 times out of 10 completely wrong. I didn't even know who LA Knight was 2 years ago, and now, like, you know what I'm
Oh, wow.
saying?
Can't wait
So
to run that clip back when he wins the belt and you're fucking jumping up and down for joy, bro. I want to run this one back.
facts, bro.
Oh, yeah,
Facts.
dude.
Um,
That's
okay,
good.
so, you were talking about they couldn't give us a failed cash in for her. And I kind of think they owe us that after the failed cash in that we got with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
how many times are you gonna fuck this guy over? Like, I
All part of the
understand.
storyline, yeah.
I understand it. But that's my thing, dude. Like, I don't think the story needed that. I think either you don't have him win Money in the Bank and you could just bill him and CM Punk straight up, no problem, and it still is one of the hottest matches of the year.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree with that.
my other option would be that you give Drew the title and then you could do Drew Gunther, maybe throw CM Punk in there as a triple threat at the last minute. Who the fuck cares? But then that also still sets up that Seth Rollins, CM Punk as well without doing a whole bunch of fucking shifting around and moving a bunch of little spots. Um, and honestly, dude, I was gonna text you this last night, but I was so tired. After watching that docu-series, The Behind the Curtain, as
Nice. All right, so all right,
as
hold on. Can we take a minute to just cover the docu-series then?
yes. Yes, we
All
can.
right, yeah, we have a full hour that we like to format the program. Let's take 10 minutes and cover this docu-series because it was heat, and we couldn't do it on the
Yes.
list. We hadn't seen it at the time.
So, straight off the rip, I was kind of going off of the impression that you had given me with, The Rock kind of being like, "Oh, I basically made all this happen all alone."
Yeah,
And
right.
that's
I
exactly
said it.
that's exactly how this man makes it seem. Like he was like, "I
Yeah,
said this and this is what we
that was
did and
good,
I
bro.
told Vince to call it WrestleMania." Um no, but the doc was good, dog. Like it, and I usually don't get into like the behind the curtains and stuff like that too much. I'll watch them every once in a while, but I felt like
Yeah, I
with
got
as
you.
big as this WrestleMania was, and after you had watched it and you were like, "Yo, you need to check this out," I was like, "All right, I'll do it." The buildup and the way they were able to make this shit happen on the fly as they did, whether it was The Rock that it was his idea or it was Paul's or a collective of the powers that be, it was
Fucking
fantastic.
called Ari Emanuel, called Nick Khan. Everyone was in the building. He said,
They
"Bro, I'm
all
gonna
went to
be the
Hawaii.
best heel." Oh, bro, he went real Trump with it. He went real Trump with it. Like he fucking, it was the best thing. I created wrestling. This fucker said,
Yeah.
"It's dead, bro." It was that.
But it
Yeah,
was, just to kind of get that insight of what everyone was trying to go through as they were getting towards WrestleMania and, realizing that the emotion you were seeing from Cody wasn't just a part of that storyline, so to speak. You were getting that raw emotion of, man, I'm not going to get to do what I thought I was going to get to do. So, after seeing that play out, I was very glad at the way they decided to book it, with The Rock and Roman tag teaming night 1 against Cody and Seth,
yeah,
and then you still
and
give
winning too.
Cody. Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that was a good idea because, you
yep.
don't wanna give Cody too much momentum, you still want it to be the surprise that we did get. Because 'cause I'm gonna be honest, like, I thought we were gonna see Cody lose 2 years in a row. That's
Well,
what
it's
I
because I
thought was
was
gonna happen.
talking so much shit before that.
I
I was
fucking
kind of
know, I know, I
I
know.
was amping you though. I was amping because I knew you hated it so much. So I was just amping it. I was like, I knew he wasn't gonna lose the second. Like I know how they book, bro. I knew he wasn't gonna lose the second time, but I had to like talk shit and fucking and amp it. Is what it is.
So that's my thing too, though. I know how
Uh,
they book as well, but there's a lot of times where they make questionable decisions.
yeah, 100%.
And, I think it couldn't have played out any better than it did. But with that being said, knowing what we know from the docu-series as the original plan, if anybody hasn't seen the docu-series yet, the original plan for the heavyweight championship match on Raw was in fact CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at Mania before he
Oh
tore
yeah.
his tricep, which we all kind of knew. We just didn't really get that affirmation of it. Um, but I think that was the biggest downfall of the whole thing because now, as much as I love the way that the CM Punk and Drew scenario is playing out right now, and I think, they're both doing a great job on social media, jabbing back and forth and everything like that. But that docu-series made me want CM Punk and Seth Rollins even more. Not
Oh
so
yeah.
much, they didn't really get into the whole thing, which we weren't really expecting them to. But in the back of my mind, I was like, man, we could have got CM Punk and Seth. So it's almost as if I'm overlooking the CM and Drew because now I'm like, I'm ready for what's coming after this before you even get me or give me what you're showing me now. So I think, as much as I hate to say it, I think they should have kind of cut that part out of the doc just for the sake of what they have going right now. That way you don't end up because the problem is now too, because they kind of played The Rock versus Roman so soon, and now we're potentially not getting it until next WrestleMania. It's not going to have the same amount of weight as it would have if the Cody downfall and everything like that wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean?
Mm, okay.
So, like, let's say that the Cody thing, he was challenging Seth Rollins. Like, everybody's going to be so stoked for The Rock and Roman because it's something that we've been waiting for forever. Now you've already tried to give it to us. We didn't want it. So
I
now when you
mean,
try to
some
give it to us
people didn't
again,
want it,
well,
cousin. I
yes,
fucking, I'd have
I
been
would have been
just
okay with
fine
it.
with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct, bro. I would have been
But what
just
I'm
fine
saying
with it.
is now that it's had a year to kind of marinate and be on everybody's minds already and already being talked about, I don't think it's gonna have that same magnitude that it could have had.
I think they knew that too, and I'll tell you, I think that's why we're getting this fucking JV bloodline, and I think it's eventually going to it'll mean something again because of this bloodline story that's going on. It'll in
Yes.
6 months, it'll mean something again because by then it'll be The Rock he's got his little team of bloodline, Roman's got his little team, the original bloodline. They'll go at it. We'll get the Survivor Series. They'll go at it, and then that'll be what we need to lift off to give a shit about the match again
Mhm.
going forward and be like, oh, now it's for the real head of the table, and just all the same kind of meaning, just done in another year.
Yeah, and we're gonna switch some things up real quick, Brody, because I did have this next segment for a little bit later on in the show, but I feel like where we're at with this, we can kind of keep it rolling that way. We're not jumping back and forth. I
Cool.
wanted to get into something because I owe the Bloodline 2.0 an apology. I remember a couple of weeks ago, I was ripping these guys as maybe even a C rate stable. But over the past few weeks, especially with Jacob Fatu showing up, I'm into it, bro. I'm into the carnage that they're displaying and the mess that they're fucking leaving behind every week.
Oh, you know what it is, dude? They're moving like how the nation used to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're moving like how the Nation of Domination used to move. Big time.
Yeah, man,
Like, it
like,
gives me real nation vibes, dude.
yeah, I would agree with that. Especially, the way that SmackDown ended was one of the most memorable ones that I've seen in a while. In case you guys didn't see it, they tied Cody up in the ropes and just beat
Yeah,
the
bro.
dog shit out of Randy Orton while Cody was helpless and had to
Yeah.
watch.
Which doesn't always
Um,
happen. Randy Orton doesn't get caught like that all the time. So that's what made it more for me, that was more like, all right, dude. They're really and it says a lot that Cody and Randy put them over too, which means we are building to something a lot bigger
mhm.
coming in the future. For
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I was gonna say as well. You've already had Solo get a pin at Money in the Bank over Cody. So, just the fact that that happened kind of tells me that we're on a path to something that's gonna be huge. I don't think I don't think there's a chance in hell that Solo wins that title against Cody at SummerSlam. I don't think that has any chance of happening.
No, but dude. I mean, actually,
Nah, I don't think so, bro, because
because now Roman really is on that ass. No?
no, because
Why?
I think
No, because you don't want to see it, or not because
no,
you
no, no,
can't
no,
see it?
I'm
Like,
gonna I'm gonna I'm
oh,
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. So picture this. All right. If you're a writer, well, if I'm a writer, this is how I'm booking this shit. Solo, I'm the head of the table now. Roman couldn't get the job done, blah, blah, blah. loses to Cody. 1, 2, 3. After having, Bloodline 2.0 come out, try to help, Cody still gets the win.
Mm,
As Solo's kind of laying in the ring, just in shambles, that Roman music hits, baby. And he comes out and says, "You ain't had the table, bitch." So then, you kind of get
nice.
that Solo Roman for a little while, and then you can transition that into The Rock
Roman
showing
Rock.
up.
Of
Yeah.
course, which is how I see it going. I just think like
Yeah.
him having the title would make it so much more annoying to everybody that he's the head of the table. Now I have the title that you lost, motherfucker, at fucking WrestleMania. I went and beat the guy that you couldn't beat. Now I got it. Come get it.
I'm gonna disagree
Okay.
because I don't think
No, I'm
Solo
not saying
is.
he does it. I'm saying it would be fire though. I don't think he's
No,
gonna.
yeah,
They're not gonna put the belt on it,
it would
but it would be
definitely
a better
be
course.
it would be great for the course of it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
But at
Rather
the
than just
same
like, holy,
time,
how many meaningless feuds he gonna have now going into fucking the rest of the year?
yeah, I still don't know what the fuck's gonna happen with Cody. I mean,
Yeah,
and that's
he's got the
that
belt,
could
and now
be.
it's not even the most important storyline.
I could be completely fucking wrong, as I usually am. Maybe Solo does win the title, and then Roman's music
Yeah,
hits,
wow,
and who
wow, wow.
knows? Who knows? Uh, you know, speaking of titles, I want to cover this one really quick because I did have this a little bit later as well, but we don't need to spend a lot of time on it.
Talk to me.
DIY retaining the titles against A Town Down Under. I was actually kind of
Love it.
surprised this happened. I love it too, but I was almost 100% certain that we were going to get one of those. Let's let DIY have the titles for a week. They'll run it back. A Town Down
Got
Under
you.
is champion again.
Got you.
It was a great match, though. I will say that those four together have been putting on a good show. I'm just kind of curious as to, are we going to keep getting this every week until SummerSlam and then get another tag match? Because I don't think, we are only a couple of weeks away from SummerSlam, but this feud could get stale very quickly.
In my mind, it needs to be done at SummerSlam for a little while. I like the chemistry of the four of them, but I also don't think that Theory and Waller are going to be a tag team for that much longer.
Yeah, I think you're right there too. They're kind of giving the little bullet points
That
of
time,
shit's about to go down. So yeah, I think it's only a matter of time for them as well. Um,
and rightfully
let's
so. I think it's about time.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because, both of them are great solo guys. They can both go. They don't need to be a tag team to be successful. And
No, not at all.
I don't think Austin Theory is very good on the mic, but I think Waller, working with him, maybe he's gotten better. Maybe he's getting better. Waller's already a goat on the mic as it is. So I think just the mic work from him alone could still make that a good feud moving forward.
Yeah, I absolutely think they should feud. Like very much going into probably Bad Blood. They'll probably open Bad Blood or something like that. If it falls out at SummerSlam,
What better
if they
way?
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then boom, now here we go on our way to Survivor Series. And then Rumble Mania will probably be Theory Waller at Mania. That would be good, bro. That's how they should build all of this. That's just classic booking. But yeah, shout out to DIY for actually getting the fucking belts though, and I'm
Yep, Cleveland
enjoying them
boys.
having them. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, for sure.
Uh, Kind of shift gears for a second. We
Okay.
usually just cover the wrestling, but we have a very big card coming up on Saturday, July 27th. We have UFC 304. Brody, I'm looking at this card right now, and it is absolutely stacked.
Oh yeah, and it's in England. The England cards are always fire. So UFC 304 in England. I'm hoping for a Leon Edwards retaining of the welterweight title. I really don't want to see Bilal Muhammad have a run with this belt. Guys like watching fucking grass grow in and out of the octagon. Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades is gonna be a great heavyweight fight. It's gonna be a great challenge for Tom Aspinall. because Curtis Blades is a great wrestler.
Mhm.
Heavy on the ground, good striker though too. Curtis Blades, good striker. But it we get to see how Tom Aspinall handles someone that fights a little bit similar to John Jones, which is
Yes.
supposedly what the fight's going to be after Stipe. If he beats Stipe, then he said he'll fight the young guy. So I'm curious to see that. The match I'm most curious to see throughout this whole card, just because it's been a great build-up and a lot of shit talking for fucking months, is Bobby Green and Paddy Pimblett. They haven't shut up since, like, I want to say this is going back to like February, January, and it's been great. And then they both said, "Oh no, I'm not fighting you." And then I guess Dana was like, "Yeah, okay, bro. Here's the contract." So and they both signed. So it was good. But yeah, I'm also a sleeper fight on the card. I'm gonna go with Arnold Allen and Giga Chikadze for sure.
Okay.
I think that's gonna open up the card, and I think it's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, man. Here's my thing. So I haven't really watched a lot of Paddy Pimblett. But every time I see this dude, I just want to punch him in the face as well. So I'm going Bobby Green on that
Ah,
one. Um,
nice.
you know, I've seen Curtis Blades a couple times. I am very excited for that one as well. I'm with you with Bilal Muhammad. He's he's not entertaining whatsoever. So, I don't want to see him with a run at that title as well. The other one that I'm looking at though is Muhammad Makayev and Manel Kape.
Yeah, Cape. He was here when we watched it last time. He put on a great fucking yeah.
Yeah, I think, that can go either way, especially it makes it exciting for me when you have a guy with no losses. I mean, he does have one no contest, but I love to see it. I love to see, that 0 stay there. So, it could go either
Yeah,
way, but I'm pulling for my man Muhammad. Um,
nice.
I think it's gonna be a
Also,
good card. It's
shout out
Go ahead.
Molly Meatball McCann is on the prelims.
Yes. I didn't look at the prelims. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, even the prelims aren't bad, bro. Like, I
No,
I feel like this is gonna be a good card, a really
it
good card,
is
maybe, one of the best cards they've had in a while. Like, 300 was
since
trash.
300. Yeah. That
Yeah.
300 was I mean, other than Gaethje and Holloway. I mean, 300 was all right though. I enjoyed 300. I think could have been a little bit better, but I mean, this is good. This also has potential. Depending on what Curtis Blades and Bilal Muhammad game plan, this is potential to be a stinker. But let's see. Let's see. Hopefully, Leon Edwards and Tom Aspinall fucking smack him up quick.
Yeah, here's my thing, bro, as long as you get those matches or, the fights where they're just fucking going, I'm for it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
not I'm not a big fan of the wrestling so much. I don't wanna see 2 dudes laying on top of each other for 5-minute rounds, like, that's not something that I enjoy watching, and I don't think a lot of these have that potential, so,
That should be a dope card.
yeah, I
Maybe
think it's
I'll
gonna be
hop
really dope.
on a little bit and throw it on whatever.
Yeah, maybe we'll do something for that as well, maybe. We'll see what's going on. Um,
Nice.
Another thing that I saw, and I don't know if you out there have seen it because it hasn't been too heavily advertised. But Beverly Hills Cop 3 is out on Netflix.
Yes, it is.
What a blast from the fucking past, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Did you
Did you
watch it?
enjoy? Oh hell yeah, I watched it. I couldn't wait to watch it. I thought, and you know what? You could tell usually. I bet I've been in this chair all day, bro. I'm like almost like
Nah, you're
antsy to
Gucci.
get the fuck out of it a little bit, like another half hour, and be like, yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, a lot of the times with these remakes, bro, you could tell like, give me 15, 20 minutes into the movie, I'll let you know if they've done it justice.
Mhm.
And I knew 10 minutes in that they did the movie justice. Like the comedy was on point. It wasn't watered down for today's cancel culture. Like it was like Eddie Murphy was in there being Eddie Murphy, bro, dropping N bombs. Like it was the music, bro, just the opening scenes, the music, like they had a lot of vintage footage, obviously, of Detroit and shit. Like it felt like it was made a while back. It was awesome. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
and
Great storyline, great. It was good to see Taggart and Rosewood and old Surge, you know, and it had some new guys in there too. Kevin Bacon's in it.
mhm. Well, and
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in it.
the thing that I was gonna say is too is like a lot of times when you get like an updated version, it kind of almost always seems like it's a cash grab, right? Like we're just doing it for that nostalgia. The people who watch this shit in the 80s are obviously gonna
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But this didn't give that vibe. Like it like kind of it had that nostalgia, but at the same time, the story was fantastic. And, the jokes were on point, like you said, everything
Correct.
was good about that. So I was excited for it. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. If you have not, check it out. It's on Netflix. Um, one thing that you sent me the other day that I wanted to get into as well. Apparently, I don't know, was this over the weekend, Brody? There was the dream match, AJ Styles and Marufuji.
Yes. Yes, it was. And I was happy that they let AJ Styles do this. I thought it was good that they're starting to do like Forbidden Door type stuff.
Mhm.
Um, not that I've watched one that the other company has done. I definitely haven't. But I like the concept of it, and I feel like we were probably robbed of it 30 years ago when we should have had it.
Yeah.
The like the peak versus the peak. I mean, they could have shut wrestling down after that. Would have been sorted.
Mhm.
If nothing else came after that, my bad, I would have been fine. I would have been absolutely fine. If we could have gotten, Austin, Rock, Taker, Hunter
Goldberg.
versus fucking Sting, Goldberg, Hogan. You know what I'm saying? If we could have got the real five
Mhm.
versus five that it should have been,
Instead of
you
that
could have
shit
shut
invasion
wrestling
they
down
gave us.
for me after that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, we got back to AJ versus Marufuji. Um, I thought it was good. I actually watched it on Twitter. Someone had posted it on X. So I was like, this was last night. I was like, let me just watch it. It's a 28-minute match.
Mhm.
Very different for AJ Styles. I'm sure he was happy to get back to this. It was very strong style. Like it was very like the drop kicks were stiff. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
bro? Like the shit they were doing was real stiff. You could tell there was, passion in what he was doing. He was happy I'm sure, to be back in that sector of the world wrestling. But a good match overall. And even Marufuji wasn't any slouch. He wasn't anything that I've heard of before, as far as like talent. And I know we spoke off camera about getting more involved into like checking out these things, outside of the WWE
Mhm.
world. Um, but he was good, classic Japanese wrestler, stiff but funny sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They had a good match, bro. They put on a little classic wherever they were at, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I all I watched of it was the X post that you had sent me with the highlights of it. Um, but man, some of those spots, bro, I was like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
AJ's
yeah.
he's what, 45?
Let's see. What's old AJ Styles? AJ Styles is 47, Kenny.
47 years old, bro, and some of the
47
bumps
years
that
old. I
he
know.
was taking,
I
I'm
know.
like,
But he's
"Bro,
also in
he's."
phenomenal shape. No pun
Well,
intended. Not to
yeah.
be that guy, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You know. Uh-huh.
but at the end of the day, like, I'm happy for him that, his body, other than the couple of injuries he's had that he's missed a little bit of time, but I'm very thankful that for the most part, his body is still holding up so he can perform at the level that he is
Yeah.
because, just from the highlights that I saw, you could tell that they were full fucking go. And, I'm glad as well, like you said, that WWE is letting him into the New Japan and things like that, and they're starting to open those doors.
Actually,
We're seeing it.
this promotion was Noah.
Okay, so I stand
NOAH.
corrected.
Not too familiar with the no, brother. I thought it was New Japan Pro Wrestling as well, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
It's like let's see. You know, well, I mean, we're all gonna learn together, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
yeah, Noah Pro Wrestling, Noah Global,
Okay. But yeah, man, I'm glad that they're letting him kind of do that. And we're
Tokyo.
seeing some of these TNA people coming over. So, they're starting to play with those boundaries, opening up doors here and there. I think at some point we're gonna see the Hardys. It's not even a question. I feel like, we're gonna see them one more time, whether it's for a WrestleMania moment or whatever it may be. But I'm very happy that they're starting to do those things. As long as they don't do it with AEW, I'm fine with it. I don't think any of those fucking jerk offs even need the TV time.
Damn,
Um,
bro. I can't even serious on AEW, bro.
yeah, fuck
Ah,
AEW. If you like
okay, well,
AEW, you're a fucking mark, bro. Um,
you're right.
so
Oh,
let's
but
get into
Kenny, they
some.
have it's the best pro wrestling on the planet. The
Bro, it's
in-ring action
dog
is
shit. Dog shit. I wouldn't even let my
bro.
dog watch it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It says the best in-ring product in the world, bro. They give it a lot of 5-star matches. They have a lot of 5-star matches.
Come on,
Will
son. No
Ospreay's been
way.
there for a few months. He has the
Will
most
Ospreay's
5-star matches there.
whack. That dude. I remember he used to jaw back and forth with Seth Rollins, and at the end of the day, you chose AEW for a reason, bro, because you couldn't cut it in WWE. Let's be
Hunter
real.
was like dead on about him too. Hunter was like, "Oh, bro, guys want to, they don't want to
You don't
work
want to
their
work.
schedule. They don't want to do, yeah. You don't want to be in the big leagues, bro. You don't want to do what it takes to, they want to do things their way, the easy way." Like he's like, oh, I was all for Hunter getting him, bro. I really was.
Yeah, I was too, just because of how him and Seth were always jawing back and forth. It's CM and Seth all over again. So it had just been
Yeah,
another
bro.
great feud for him.
Guys,
So
Seth Rollins be fine with everybody, bro.
yeah, Seth Rollins is the GOAT, though. One of the
Of
GOATs.
course, bro.
Speaking of GOATs, though, LA Knight on
Jesus Christ.
SmackDown this week. On
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
So he finally got the contract. He's got the contract in the bank.
All
It's already
right.
been signed by Nick Aldis for the Intercontinental, or I'm sorry, the United States Championship against Logan Paul at SummerSlam. Um, we saw a little bit of a promo from LA Knight, basically telling Logan that he's been coming for him. It's his title now. He's got everything he needs except for Logan's signature. Logan wasn't there on Friday. Imagine that. He's supposed to be there next Friday, but I'm kind of seeing this as it's going to be drawn out a little bit more. I don't think we're going to see that contract get signed on Friday. I think it's going to be one of those situations where he's ducking it and, maybe even fucking LA Knight knocks him out, takes his hand and signs the fucking form. Like, I
Yeah,
think
he's
that's
not
going to be
signing that
something.
fucking thing anytime soon. What do we got? 3 solid weeks left until
Yeah.
SummerSlam, dude. 1, 2. Yeah, 2. We got 2 SmackDowns left. Or 3
Mhm.
SmackDowns left. 3 Raws and 3 SmackDowns left. So solid 3 weeks till fucking SummerSlam.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it has to
Yeah,
be
you,
something that they drag out a little bit. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
And we've already got the build up for it. It's not like they need to do a lot of promo for it because we've been getting this
No, bro.
before even
Just had
Money in
LA
the
Knight
Bank.
in the guy's pool, bro. We didn't need that.
Still one of the best promos I've seen in the last 5 years, just so everybody knows.
Yes. Agreed.
It's
I'll
actually
give
on
you
our
that.
X page if you wanna or on our Facebook page, Heels Forever. We uploaded it. WWE told me, "Hey, take that shit down," but then they let me keep it up. So if you guys wanna check it out, it is on there while you're there. Make sure you give us a like and a follow. That way we can start doing live on our Facebook page instead of my Facebook page.
Yeah. Fucking
Um,
meta, bro. Playing with
oh,
us. Go ahead.
bro, they're being the
Yeah,
worst.
bro.
So let me get into this. I know it's a little bit of a turn here, but I've been thinking about this all day. What the hell is going to happen with the Wyatt Six and Chad Gable. You know, we keep seeing every week these little video spots and things like that, which have been
Great ones,
fantastic.
by the way. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not I'm
We gotta
not
put
saying they
that out
haven't.
there.
I do
No way.
appreciate all of them. Um, you know, Bo has actually been a lot better than I was expecting him to be. I think he's actually taking the time, and he took that time that he wasn't on TV to really kind of perfect that character of Uncle Howdy, and
Yeah, I agree.
so far it's been fantastic. But that's a lot to kind of wrap up together if this is something you're shooting for SummerSlam, right? Or am I completely wrong on thinking that?
No, I think 3 weeks we could do a. You can get that rolling in the next 3 weeks.
But that's what I'm saying though, bro. Like
First
they
attack
haven't.
has to be this week, though. The
Yeah.
real attack has to be this week. He's. I mean, the first attack I guess already happened.
Well, yeah, Chad did die.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So yeah, I mean the first attack already technically happened. I mean he's just been running from them ever since. I mean
Yeah.
I would ramp up this week them trying to catch him. You know what I'm saying? Like or like starting to pop up where he is. You know,
But
dark locker rooms, bad boiler rooms, fucking. I would start
like
doing mankind kind of shit with him.
my thing with them that I can't figure out though, like, are we gonna see these other guys wrestling as well? Because
Yes.
like obviously they're all kind of going in on Gable, but is it gonna end up being Uncle Howdy versus Gable, or are we gonna get like some kind of fucking funhouse match?
We might get
You
something
know,
like that. But also I seen Gable with what is this? What are these guys? Shit. Um Alpha Academy.
no, they're not with them anymore.
No, no. There was some bro. Who else was it? He was with this. He was with another tag team backstage like last week. The Creed brothers.
Oh,
Yes,
that wouldn't be
yes. It
bad.
was one of the. It was one of those Easter egg things where like you zoomed past whoever
Mhm.
Caleb Braxton was talking to, and it was Chad Gable and the Creed brothers.
Damn, I didn't see that. That
Yes.
makes it a little bit more interesting, to be honest, because, you know,
Yeah.
we all know how I feel about the Creed brothers as well. They're one of those teams I think that have been poorly used. I think they should have some kind of tag team gold by now. Um,
Yeah. You've been saying that for a minute, dude.
so, you know, anything that'll get them on a little bit more TV time because they haven't been used in a while, to be honest. I couldn't tell you the last
No.
time we saw them. So I think it would be perfect for them. I'm all about that actually, bro.
I'm all about that. Actually. I figured you would because
Yeah.
it's good for them, dude. It's good.
Um, let me ask you this, Brody. So we had another Sami Zayn. I'm still the champion. I'm the tough guy. I got the heart, the soul. I'm still champion.
It's a mint
Gets
promo. Okay.
absolutely fucking decimated by
Yeah,
Braun
bro. Poor
Breaker.
man.
So are we getting a SummerSlam rematch, do you think, for the IC
Yes,
title
but
where
it's gotta be
Braun
something
does
else.
what do you mean?
It's gotta be a ladder match. It's gotta be
Give me a
something.
cage match, bro.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. There you go. Something like it's gotta be a gimmick match because
Yeah.
he already got the clean pin on him. Which, like I said,
Yeah.
I was happy they did because I didn't want 2 years to go down the line. This guy's undefeated. Now it's like, who beats him when? Is it the right guy? Fucking, oh, he shouldn't have lost. Well, he's got one
Mhm.
loss out of his way now. So it's okay. We watch him lose on live TV. It's good. Now you can still build him as the monster, but it's okay. He has lost. Like, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm with that too. I think, you know, if we get a normal just a 1v1 title match, I don't think it's not gonna help Sammy even if he loses. You
Yeah.
know,
You know what I'm saying?
sometimes if you're doing a Hell in a Cell or something like that, and it's a high stakes match, and even if you lose, you still have that chance to still be over, I guess. But a random one on one, I don't think that helps either one of them. it gives you the option, I guess, to run it back a third time, but we don't need to see it a third time. As I've said millions of times, I love Sami Zayn. I think he deserves to be in the heavyweight title picture, but for some reason, both his IC title reigns have been lackluster, I guess is the word I'm
I
looking
agree.
for.
Because
Um,
he's not where he's supposed to be. That's why.
yeah. Yeah,
He's like
so I
place
mean,
holding a title that's meant for like fucking theory.
yeah, exactly. So that's a thing too, bro. Like I could see Braun getting that, and then you could kind of start that Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, um, Braun Breaker. I think that would be something that would be a fantastic fucking storyline for all three of them, and it'll put all three of them over from where they're currently at right now. Braun's obviously fucking Braun Breaker. Like,
Shout out to my brother Cynic.
yes,
There he
sir.
goes.
I was wondering where he's been at. Um,
I'm saying.
but you have Braun. He's been a fucking enigma since he's been in NXT. But I think Grayson Waller in theory they could kind of feed off of him and build their brands up better as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. What do we got next on the rundown? Okay, so they had a 3-on-3 tag match. I'm kind of overseeing Damage Control. I don't know how you feel about the women's stables as of late. I'm not hating on the Brats. I'm just saying. So, they
You're hating on the Broads, bro. You can't even help it. We can't even let an episode go by. I don't know why we put broad topics on here. There's no positivity that comes from them. Well, actually, all right. So, because I seen your notes on this, and I actually thought it was hysterical. So, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so and I don't even really know if I can say this without getting canceled. It's a good thing we don't have sponsors yet. Um, but it was a 3-on-3, Lyra Valkyria, Katana Chance, Caden Carter against Damage Control. The match itself was very good. And then at some point during the match, we did have an interference from Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Sonya Deville. I have now dubbed them the Legion of Lesbians. I think it's a great name for a stable, Paul. If you're listening, you should look into it. But I'm not gonna.
Jeez.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It was nice seeing Sonya Deville back.
Yeah, I don't mind Sonya Deville. I like her, and she ain't
Like,
bad looking.
don't get me wrong. Like, I could go without Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark and Sonya Deville on their own, but I think as a stable here, it might turn into something. I think you could kind of use them to run off with the whole Naomi, Bianca, Jade Cargill, because they have 3. You got Damage Control's got 3. Now we have these 3. So I think it kind of sets up a lot of options for them, to kind of mix it up just between. That way you're not getting the 1-on-1s and just the 2-on-2s. You're getting some 3-on-3s. Just give it a little bit more variety. So, I mean, I'm with it.
Yeah,
how do you feel about it?
For sure. I mean, I like it. I think that, I think stables are meant for just that, for somebody to shine coming out of it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I could see why they're doing that with the women's division, trying to get some stars to come out of there. And, I like it, dude. I'm with it. I don't mind the women's division as much as you do. I like that.
Bro, it's not that I hate the women's division. There are plenty of female wrestlers that I fucking enjoy. But
I know.
There are a lot of them that I'm like, bro, you could do better.
Yeah. And they can, a little bit. They move different, the women, but
I mean, there's just a lot of stiff workers, dog.
yeah, there is. Where's old Charlotte Flair, bro? I'm missing old Charlotte Flair. Never thought I'd say that.
isn't she? If I'm not mistaken, I think she's filming for a movie, some kind of horror movie.
Gotcha. I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that. Yeah, yeah.
that I think that's what I heard. I don't know if it's past that point. I know at one point she was away because she was recording the movie, which I heard is supposed to be pretty good. I don't know if it's a WWE film or not. That's really gonna kind of dictate what we're
Yes, it will.
getting on that.
Yes, it
But if
will.
it's not, I'll definitely check it out. Um, kind of going back to where we started at the beginning of this podcast, Raw wrapped up pretty heavy, I guess you could say. We had Dom and Liv tag teaming against Ray and Zelina. Dom and Liv get the win. Kind of end a little OnlyFans-ish, I guess we can say that.
OnlyFans-ish. I thought that was
Yeah.
real spicy for Monday Night Raw, bro. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
straddled. I mean, and you could see the sickness in her eyes too. She's such a freak. You can just tell, but you can't even act that good. And she couldn't have acted as good to sell that off like that. That was
Facts.
so, and Dom's like, "Oh, bro, I just got married 2 months ago. Like, this is horrible." You know what I mean? Like, this looks so bad. Her legs
Yeah.
are around me. Yeah, they I mean, if they're fucking off camera, they did no qualms about hiding it. 100%.
Yeah. So, Dom was getting dirty in the
You
ring.
see what I'm saying, bro? Ah.
And like we said at the beginning, you have this Rhea return and Liv wasted no time getting the fuck out of there, bro. She hopped the barricade. She was gone. She didn't want none of the
Absolutely.
smoke. The
Gonna
only
get her
thing that
ass
I
whooped.
the only thing that I kind of hated about this is I think the match ran over a little too long. So we didn't
Okay.
really get a lot of the the blowback of what was happening with Rhea and Dom because she kind of ran into the ring, kind of gave Dom a little bit of a shove, and then they were almost still in the middle of interacting, and it just cut off and went to the next thing because obviously it was past that 11 o'clock mark. That's just how USA works. A big fuck you. And I saw some footage on
That's
X
how
as
you say
well.
no. Big fuck you.
Yeah.
Ah.
So,
Oh, bro.
and I saw some footage as well from people that were there and, there was some extra stuff that did happen. But again,
I'm
bro,
done.
I am so excited for this even though like I'm a huge Liv fan. I like that she's getting the time with the title. But bro, the beating she is about to get from Rhea is about to be
Oh, yeah, dude.
insane.
I know, I know. I
Insane.
hope she dishes a little bit too. I hope
Yeah.
it's not a smash. I hope she gives a little bit too, because she's good in the ring, and I think that it'll cheapen everything that we just went through. If
Yeah,
she
I
just gets
agree.
smacked down, walked
I
over.
I definitely don't think it's gonna be a squash at all. I think it's gonna be a more memorable match, I feel like, than what we've seen. It's got a lot of potential. They're both really good workers. They're not stiff. Rhea, I think, can work with just about anybody. I haven't really
Yes.
seen a match that she was in that I was like, "Yo, that match wasn't good."
Me neither. Me neither. And Liv is good too. I'll give you that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Liv is good
Yeah.
too. Yeah, yeah. Some broads are good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. And when they are good, I will give you a
And
shout out every day. The minute you fuck up is the minute that you're dead to me. That's all there is to it.
Penny. Oh my god. Oh, bro. Oh, bro. I got a classic match on right now. Not to kill everything in the pod, but I got a classic match on. I've been on the in your house kick. I got Diesel and Bret Hart in a steel cage. Bing.
Nice.
Right before WrestleMania 12. Boo. So yeah.
Yeah. So I was actually watching my go-to this morning. After we talked about it yesterday, I was sitting here just kind of, working on the pod a little bit this morning. I think it was like
Your boy on
6:30.
Facebook just said the same thing. Something about
What's that?
WrestleMania 17.
Bro, it's the go-to, dog. I can't see the comments on the Facebook, For some reason, it
Gotcha.
doesn't show up here, and my phone is actually my camera. So if you guys are replying to stuff, I will get to you as soon as the show is over. I promise. I just can't see it right now. Um, but it was like 6:30 in the morning. I didn't want to put the fucking news on because the news is depressing. And
The news.
I threw on 17 because to me, bro, that has been like, don't get me wrong, WrestleMania 40 was very good, but WrestleMania 17 is, in my opinion, the best WrestleMania of all time.
Interesting.
And I don't know if it was just because of the TLC match that happened, because that's one of my favorite fucking matches that I've ever witnessed.
Yes,
But it's
yes.
just, it's that go-to for me. Anytime that I'm just like sitting here and I'm like, man, there's nothing on, don't really feel like playing video games, let me throw on WrestleMania 17, and it always hits
I have
the
those.
same.
Yeah, definitely got those. Not manias though. Surprisingly
No?
enough, not manias though. No, I just go to specific pay-per-views or like stuff from back in the day, like this one, like
Yeah.
certain moments. Or I'll go like, all right, I'm gonna watch the big four from like 98. I'll go Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, man. Rumble Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, whatever. Like by the year. I get like
Yeah.
Jonesy throughout like time periods of it. Like I'll be like, oh, I'm in the mood for like this or this.
Yeah, and there's actually one thing I want to throw out here too. Peacock, if you are listening to this podcast, please fucking make
Oh,
a
bro.
way for me to watch Raw and then SmackDown of the same week at the same time. So I don't have to go into Raw, then go back
this way.
out,
Like,
then go back into
yeah.
SmackDown, and then let me watch the pay-per-view after that. Give me a fucking timeline to watch. That's what I want. That's what the people want.
Yes.
I don't. And the fact that they haven't figured that out yet drives me fucking nuts. I don't know why I let it affect me the way that it does, but I'm like, bro, why is this not a thing? It's 2024.
Understand? It is.
Give me what I want. Hashtag Batista. Give me what I want.
I'm fucking toast, bro. Give me what I want. Hold on one second. All right, so I feel like we got one more thing to do.
We do have one more thing to do. We are gonna usually we do the hot takes. We just kind of throw them out there as we go. We both kind of decided that we are gonna save the hot takes for last, kind of make it our sign off here. So yeah, bro, let's kick it off with the hot takes.
Hold on one second. We are gonna get into the hot takes. I did want to take a minute just to do a special shout out.
Okay.
All right. 1 second. As always, 2-7, God's favorite. All right, fair play.
Hell
I did
yeah.
my shout out. Yeah, I'm just
Oh, and shout out to
Alright,
John
so-
Cena too. He's
yeah,
watching
as
right
always,
now
shout
as
out
well.
to Cena.
The GOAT.
Yeah, guys, don't forget that John Cena follows the podcast. You heard?
Yeah, and this is the last year that you can see him, which I guess we should probably talk about that as well, because we didn't even touch base on that John Cena was the surprise to tell us that he's retiring in about a year from now. And then not only that, bro, but once they go to Netflix, he's still going to do spots.
Amazing.
Is he retiring?
I don't know, bro. Listen, guy's trash. Was never my favorite wrestler.
Bro, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Just like LA Knight, bro. Fucking one trick pony motherfuckers.
Get the
Okay,
fuck out of here.
I love getting you so riled up. It's awesome. All right, well, fuck. All right, let's being that I don't want to get you too hot, but we'll go to the hot takes.
Yes, sir. So you guys know I made that. That looked fire as fuck. Yeah, man. So I've been thinking about this heavy, and I was gonna take the easy route, and I was gonna say I was gonna use my hot take as Roman Reigns returning at SummerSlam, and costing Solo the title. But I think I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna stay on that same baseline, but I'm gonna say, because now you have it in my head, that I think Solo beats Cody Rhodes for that title.
Christ.
I don't know why. Ever since we started discussing it, it's just been kind of stuck in my head, and it's all I've been thinking about.
Because I'm a good booker, dude. Because I know this shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Instagram, you disconnected our stream? Jesus,
Why?
for fuck's sake. Nah, I don't
Fucking
know,
meta,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, who matter, bro? I'm playing around. Yeah, it's all right. All right, we're out of here anyway. Piss off. All right, my hot take was gonna be that.
Oh, my bad.
That's all right. It's all good. It's all good. It happens. My hot take now is that Liv's gonna beat Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam,
Yo, that
and
is a
Dom's gonna help her do
fiery
it.
that
And
is a
Dom's gonna help her
fiery
do it.
fucking take, bro.
Yup, he's gonna double cross Rhea at SummerSlam. That's how it's gonna be minty. It's gonna be the biggest heat. This guy can't even create nuclear heat more than what he's gonna have. And we thought he was as fucking nuclear as it gets. I
That's what I
couldn't
was
get on
just
the
gonna
mic.
say. I was gonna say, you didn't think that Dominic could get more hate than what he has now. Like, the dude can barely talk. He can't even talk on a microphone as it is. But
Correct.
bro, if you cross Rhea Ripley, those fans are gonna wanna
That's what I'm
fucking
saying.
decapitate you, dog.
How
Like,
else do you pull off a great
yo.
heel like that? You know what I'm saying? And now you give a reason for him. Now you're done with the Judgment Day. All right, bro. You scummed out mommy. Fuck you. Get out of here, bro. You're done. All right. So now he's out. You get Finn, screws Damian Priest at SummerSlam or whatever, he's got going on, for the title.
Mhm.
And here we go. Now Judgment Day is broken up. Yeah, I think it all plays in fucking perfectly, dude. But I just think that that's my hot take that Liv's keeping that fucking belt at SummerSlam.
I could see it happening. I definitely could. The points that, you brought up definitely make sense in the grand scheme of the way and the direction that everything is going. Um, with that being said though, bro, we have 3 weeks until SummerSlam. Everything is starting to fucking ramp up as it should.
Let's go. Yeah,
Um,
hell yeah,
the
bro.
the card that we kind of have a picture of right now is looking fucking sick. I think they're doing a fantastic job. I think it's only going to get better as we get closer. And I think SummerSlam is going to be, one of the better pay per views. I think it's going to be obviously way better than the Money in the Bank trash bag that we were given a couple weeks ago.
Trash bag.
But I
It
think
was
it
all
has the
right as a
potential.
whole, bro. We still got Punk in there. And the Drew thing. I think we wanted a men's ladder match that was fucking gonna hold up to time. I think we
Yes.
wanted a good match. I think we didn't get it. I also didn't think we had the right crew in that match to make it an all timer, which is fair play. They got it to the end game, but other than that, it was a miserable pay per view. Don't have Paul be
Yeah.
banning us on shit now, bro. Come on.
Yeah, guys, you heard it from Brody. We did it to ourselves because we actually had expectations for the pay per view to be decent. So we apologize, Paul. Do better. But
Do better.
SummerSlam though, everything is kind of lining up the way that if I was a booker, I would have it the same way. So, I'm very excited as the weeks progress. I think, you know, I'm a fan of everything that's happening because it's content. And without the content, we don't have a fucking show. So, bro, keep giving that shit to me over and over again. I'll eat it up like fucking hotcakes.
Absolutely, bro.
But with that being said, with everything that we've covered today, I'm very fucking excited for the next couple of weeks. I think it's gonna be a great ride into SummerSlam. If you guys are watching right now, whether it's on Facebook, X, Instagram,
All of
we
them,
appreciate you guys
actually.
on everything. Thank you so much for taking the
Yeah.
time. Um, as always, I'm gonna throw this out here as a reminder. If you have a Facebook, just go to our Facebook page, like it, follow. I think we're at like 52 fucking followers. We need 100 so we can go on live. That way I don't have to do it to my personal page. I feel like that's a little weird. So you guys will be doing me a huge favor because that gives me anxiety like no other. But yeah, man, you can follow me on X. We have the Heels Forever on X, Heels Forever Pod. I'm Machine Gun Kenny on X and Kenny Edelman on Instagram. Brody, where can they find you at?
Everywhere / Brody James, BRODIEJAYMZ, and at all the heels.
Yes, we are
You know,
one.
Everything Heels Forever podcast. Yeah, correct.
But yeah, man,
yeah.
you know, if there's nothing else you got for me, I am all good to go. Again, thank you guys so much. We will be here again next Sunday, 7 o'clock. As always, we are the Heels Forever. It's been a good one. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.
Oh, God, yeah. He'll 1,000,000 times to 1.